going on, all my gamers, all my Wuthering Waves and Genshin gamers? Yes, this is actually a thread comparing both of them in a way that I'm gonna come in here and talk somewhat as the Genshin side, I guess you would say. Now, I don't really pick sides. I think picking sides is kind of dumb. I play as many gacha games as, catch my attention, because gacha games are fun, honestly. What am I gonna do? Go back to League of Legends? I ain't going back. They can't handle me going back, mostly because I can't handle it. I'll start saying words that I shouldn't be saying. So it starts off with this picture, or this video right here, called Wuthering, or he says Wuthering Waves is satisfying. Why Wuthering Waves combat feels satisfying. And I completely agree, actually. Boom, bitch. Yo, you gotta get your intro skills. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. How does he still have his poise? Oh, I guess this is like a dev thing. Or is it broken? I don't know. Boom. Boop. Oh, he missed the perfect parry. Got it that time. I love Songhua. Boom. Oh, I mean, you get the point, right? So they were just showing off this animation, and then there was an argument right here between the original poster and then this guy who was kind of talking for Genshin, I think is what he said. Yeah, so he's talking about Genshin Impact. They had an argument, of course, and then this guy went on a tirade talking about stuff between Genshin and Wuthering Waves. Why would I waste my time on Genshin Impact when they're still recycling 4-year-old animations? Just look here at the cinematic difference between Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. After 4 years, they still have the lip sync and Genshin Impact. I think I heard something about this, that like the, what do you call it? The engine just doesn't support the, what do you call it? The lip sync that they were trying to do. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. That is all beyond me. I mean, the way I see it, it's like, it's 4 years old, right? It's not going to be as good, when I go and look at the animations for League of Legends and then I look at the animations for Wild Rift. It's like night and day, right? I keep using that as an example. Is that weird, chat? It's like a toxic ex that I can't stop talking about. I don't know, but it's just I sunk so much time into it. I might as well use it as an example because it's a way I can get things across, right? So here's Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact animations. It's Maolani. Okay, so here, I will say this. I didn't realize how much I actually do like when the animations of the mouth and the lip sync work. I didn't realize this until I went back and I played Honkai Star Rail, right? Because I streamed the, what's his name? I streamed the Luca event. Pretty okay, not too bad. It was not my favorite story, but it's not the worst story, to be honest. It's him going around fighting people. You get what you can out of that. And what I got out of that was Primos and not Ling Sha. You win some, you lose some. I'm pretty close to Rappa, though, I guess. I'll take it as I'm getting close to Rappa. Anyways, so I will say that I actually did like when the mouth moves with the lip sync, right? I actually do like that because when I watch Honkai Star Rail, or when I watch Zenless Zone Zero, it looks nice, right? And then I went back and I played the Genshin Impact story, and it's like, ooh. And I mean, there's some technical problems with Genshin Impact, of course, especially with the recording. I have said that when they make the S sound, it actually hurts. I don't know how, and I don't know why. Maybe just because of the mics and the audio being recorded in different locations. Like, you won't hear it in mine. Like, it won't hurt you when I do it. Why does it hurt me when I play it in the game? Now, I have to go around and look at dialogue from both games to see if that's how it is with all of them, but it just seems like, it seems weird. Right? Wow, it's Maolani. Ooh. I've always wondered how comfortable shoes like these are, because Chidori wears them. Man. So here's the thing, right? The way that I look at it, it's like, man, we've come pretty far in 4 years, right? I think gacha games are looking pretty good. Gacha games are looking better, chat. Wow. There's Maolani. Yeah, the mouth just stops. That's really funny. Whoa. Male Rover. Chat, I'm going to be honest. I should have probably picked Male Rover. The waifus are great. He's not even saying anything. Gasp. Chat, they're in love. Anyways, let's just skip forward. Yeah, so they're just gonna show that. It's gonna show Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper's beautiful, of course. Chat, we're not gonna argue that. Shorekeeper's beautiful. We all know it, right? It is what it is. Just look at the emotions on Shorekeeper's face. The story is bad, and the character design is worse. This only reflects your taste for Hoyoverse. You think Yinlin's story's good? Have you played Chun-Li's story? No. Actually, I've not. Now, here is the thing, right, about Wuthering Waves' story, is that there are people who don't like it. Like, Captain Cabinets didn't like it. I think Legions liked it. I don't think Red New like it. So there are people who don't like it, right? And the thing about that is that when something goes wrong in how you say it in Wuthering Waves, you kind of have to sit on it for a while because these patch cycles are way too long, bro. Why do we have to wait a half a year for something to come out? I feel like that's the only thing in my opinion. So there's two things in my opinion that are holding Wuthering Waves back. Yes, the animations are cool and all that, but why does it have to have such a big requirement in terms of specs and PC? Now, I guess it's because it's a new game, right? And they wanted to make it look as good as possible. I'm just saying my phone runs it better, bro. Now, when I put it on my, when I did some more stuff behind the scenes and technical stuff, it did kind of work better, but I'm just saying I still have that on low settings. And even in low settings, it looks good. I'm not going to lie. As long as Chun-Li's Bobas are bouncing, that's all I really care about, right? That's all that really needs to be seen. Now, let's see. The emotions on Shorekeeper's face. Yeah, story is bad. No, here's the thing, right? Both of them have tropes, right? Both of them just follow tropes. If you guys don't know about gacha games and their stories, they're pretty tropey. That you're not coming to these games for, like, groundbreaking stories or AAA movie stories and stuff like that. And if you are, you're doing it wrong, and that's on you. I can't help you. But with these stories, you have the Shorekeeper, which you get Shorekeeper in the end, and then with Natline, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's a shonen anime kind of thing, and I like it, dude. I like the story. Now, is it perfect? No. Auroran's first half story, or the first half of Auroran's story, is fucking long, and they say nothing. Sitlali was cool, but we could have just skipped to the second part and it would have been just fine. Wuthering Waves doesn't force you to pull the characters to explore. Unlike Hoyoverse, they don't trap you in a money pit that just to enjoy the game. You can actually play and explore freely. Here's the thing about this. This is not the great example. This is not the greatest example to put because it's Kachina. You actually get Kachina for free. Now, if you put Shalonin, Maulani, or Kanich, sure, but Kachina is free. You get her immediately just for being in Natland. I think it's like one story. It takes like 10 minutes and you get her. So let's just watch this. Yeah, Kachina's Twirly Whirly. I think as long as you're in... Oh, also you get... Yeah, you also get the animals. But as long as you're near in a spot where you can get more phlogiston, you could technically be in this state infinitely. Like there, she has more phlogiston. But I will say... Oh. Wow. They're running. I think I've done this part. This part's pretty sick. Yeah, I think like you get to the top and you get a chest or something. Whoop. The animations for running in this is pretty smooth. I will say this though. There's one thing that's just missing, that it's not even that they have characters, it's just that they have, what do you call it? And this is not going to be blamed on engine. I will not accept that. There's no reason in any way, shape, or form that an engine or anything or something being old will stop you from just removing stamina, right? You need to remove stamina from out of combat in Genshin Impact. That's not a question. That just has to happen, right? It's a fact. It has to happen. You need to remove out of combat stamina. Put it in combat stamina? Sure. All about it. I mean, I think Zenless Zone Zero just removed it altogether and you just have the... Yeah, you just have the switch out stamina, which is fine. I like that. Ain't too bad because my ass is constantly not switching characters anyways, and I just let Jane Doe kill everything. But that's not what we're talking about here. Zenless Zone Zero. I feel like Zenless Zone Zero honestly can be compared to Wuthering Waves more, just because it's a more recent game. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, Kachina you get for free, so I think in that aspect, you don't really have to pull for characters, but you do have to own a character, right? Like, unless you want, I'm trying to think of her name. You know, you get the cat, not Nekomata. I almost said Nekomata. She is a Nekomata, but it's not, I don't remember her name, but she's Genshin. You know, you go around in the Catmobile. That's pretty funny. You use Sayu, or Lily Pichu as I call her. You know, you use Lily Pichu, you can roll around on a ball. There are characters that have a lot of mobility, but none of that is just going to compare to not having stamina. Like, it's just not, bro. I can't have myself running out of stamina every 5 feet. I'm sorry. That's where Genshin is in the wrong, right? Like, it's gotta change in one way or another. Now let's see. Wuthering Waves has character designs and models with eye movements that put Genshin Impact to shame. Even at the earliest 1.3 stage, Genshin characters look stiff and lightless. Wuwa is just getting started. Anyway, to the future. I think it really is just the difference in age. Ayayaka. I like the way Ayayaka looks, though. Like, I kind of like the way these characters look. I can't lie. I feel like this is the difference in style, right? I mean, of course, again, it is also the limitations of 4 years ago compared to now. I love Jinshi's outfit, though. Let's see. I'm surprised they didn't put Yai. Why did they put Yai? I mean, I like the Shogun. I can see it, though, because it... I think Yai sticks out more. Or not Yai. I think Chun-Li sticks out more. Yeah. I think so. Now, you see, these are the things that we actually need to compare. And, you know, this is not something we could really argue. You know, we gotta check the size, which one's bigger. Unfortunately, for Genshin Impact players, Chun-Li, more of Boba. But we can enjoy both of Boba. That's all that matters. I feel like there's just missing designs on the Genshin characters, right? Like, this seems very flat, the arm, which you can't see, but I'm looking at Raiden Shogun's arm. It just seems flat, where you look at Chun-Li and they have all these little designs. And God, her titties are huge, but still. I love that Tessa mark. Let's see. What's next? More Teffy. Diluc. I never liked the way Diluc looked. I'm not going to lie. His face looks weird. But that's just because I don't like Diluc. My Hotel. My beloved. Junction. Should I level Dungeon? I probably could. I have the materials for it. I think a Hotel still holds up, though. Which is weird, because she came out first. Ether and Male Rover. I guess between these two, I feel like it's preference, right? I do like... I think I like... It's hard to say. I like Male Rover's jacket, though. But that's just more of difference in, like, clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's not really going to be a design. I mean, it is a design. It's literally a design choice. It's designer, baby! I'm dripped out on all designer. Sorry. But yeah. I think I would like Male Rover's clothes more, but I also think it is, you know, preferential, chat. It is what it is. Just look at this 1.3 main quest scene. Look how much they've improved. But for you, everything is trash except for Hoyoverse games. They've got some serious blind spots. This is cool, but the problem is that this is very short, right? And this comes after, like, so far, like, towards the end, literally at the end of the 1.3 quest, which 1.3, in my opinion, was not as good as 1.1. 1.1 was actual cinema. Like, that was genuine cinema, but it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I just felt like a little bit confused in certain points. Oh, that's where you fight the boss. Yeah. This is where you go to fight the boss. I think it's a pretty cool moment, though. I like these moments where you're riding around in this, like, the speed of sound. got places to go now. Got places to go. Got nowhere. Blah blah blah. Anyways, but I think Natlan kind of does have these moments now with the soul board thing, and I think that I'm only able to enjoy it more because I have Maulani, so it looks cool. Oh, yeah, that's where you meet the boss. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the scene. Now, I will say that it just looks better in Wuthering Waves, right? But this is something that is very, very quick. It gets in there, you get this cool moment, that and then you fight the boss, and that's the end of the story. So here's where the limitations of the slow patchwork happens, is that we have this cool scene that was like a month ago. We still haven't had a new scene. Now, if it was good, I will not say it's not. I'm just saying it's been a while. Now, Genshin, I think, has had 2 patches in that time. And, you know, you tell me how it is. Most important thing is, okay, as long as we serve, right? I have 3 principles: love yourself, love your game, love your players. Can't really comment on that. That's neither here nor there. I do think the staff of Kuro is pretty cool, because they are listening. Like, if Genshin, I've always said this, Genshin Impact doesn't fix problems that players have. Genshin Impact fixes the problems they think the games have, and sometimes it just so happen to line up with what the people think, right? Sometimes they'll fix things completely by accident because there's no way they're listening to actual players. Because if they did, there'd be no stamina. If they did that one thing where you make the artifact set, that would be completely not limited. We would have had 5-star character select by now, and we would have had more rewards than 3 wishes in that 1 year. And yes, we have to bring that up. Just because it was last year does not mean that it didn't happen. You have to bring up mistakes, because mistakes happen. They don't get erased. They happen. You have to talk about them. Anyways, they're always giving away the strongest 5-star characters. Meanwhile, Genshin took 4 years to give you standard, so no limits. And still no limited ones in HSR or WUR. Kuro Games knows how to reward players. I think, I don't remember, was it the 5-star that they gave for a mistake? I wonder if they would have given away a 5-star in the limited banner at the beginning if there wasn't that bad of a launch, because the launch was absolutely terrible. It was a catastrophe, but they brought it back. That's the thing. It's not that it was bad and they just left it bad. It was bad and they fixed it and they gave out rewards and stuff like that. Hold on, let me read this again. They gave us away for, which, yes, Xiangling Yao is actually busted. I didn't realize that. I didn't level him for the longest because it was like, I don't really want to level him. Is what it is. I don't play male characters. I love my harem, chat. It is what it is. And then, I tried him out a bit and he was actually busted. Now, this is unrelated because it's not the same game. Dr. Ratio is trash, brother. That character is dog shit. Now that I have Yun Li, I would never use him again. And I don't even have a build. I don't even know what he does. I don't care. Genshin took Impact to give you a standard 4-star and still no limited ones like HSR or WuWa. Oh, right, because HSR gave Dr. Ratio. Man, that was a mistake. Can I just take the Primos instead? I don't want Dr. Ratio. Now, yeah, Genshin hasn't given us... They haven't given us that. They gave us a lot of limited 4-stars, and to be fair, comparative to, like, HSR, Genshin's 4-stars have more impact, more Genshin impact, but, yeah. You have Aloy, which is awful. She doesn't even have constellations, and that's about it, dude. This one, you got to take a loss there. Now, they do have standard banners now, but if you're not a new player, standard banner wishes are completely useless, right? If you have a free 5-star now as a Genshin player, and you're like me, who has been AR60 for a few years now, it's just not going to do anything, dude. I just got a Kaching from the free banner so I can have her C6. Am I going to use her? No, probably not, but she was my first waifu, so I just got a C6 her. Yes, I have lost that many. I have lost that many 50-50s that I have Kaching C6. She's my only 5-star C6 character, so that's neither here nor there. Kuro Games has just announced Echo loadouts and QL changes, while Genshin Impact Team snoozes, crafting without shops. They've got it. Meanwhile, they've been crying over artifact loadouts for 4 years with no updates. Time to... I know someone has explained this to me. I know it, right? And it's mostly for, late game stuff. But I still don't... is what it is. But it's not the fact that Echo... Oh, I actually do like this. Echo info display upon absorption. I want to see that. From what I saw, from what they showed, it looks kind of ugly, but that's not the point. It's not that it's ugly. It's the fact that they did it, right? Auto select options for Echo's upgrade, portable synthesizer. I like the portable synthesizer. Echo presets doesn't really strike me as something that we need, but the thing is that it's not whether we need it or not. It's whether it's good or not, and it is. Current game at least acknowledges the mistakes transparent with the community. Genshin Impact devs, they ignore all the feedback. I'd rather support a company that listens to me and treats players like cool wallets. It's so weird too, right? Because it's only Genshin Impact. Chat, does anyone else feel like that? Because when I play Honkai Star Rail or when I play Zenless Zone Zero, I'm always having a good time. Like, I don't feel like I'm lacking in anything. Sure, Honkai Star Rail has the worst 4 stars out of all these games, but it's like, it doesn't really matter, right? You don't really need any 4 stars when they're giving you 5 stars. They give a lot of wishes. I think it just started super generous. But yeah, in terms of whether you should play either or, I'm not the one to tell you which one to do. I'm just the one to tell you that although I did read this out, again, I don't bat for any of these games. Oh, I do. I bat for all of these games, I should say. I do have a favorite. It's not either of these two. Yeah, no. Zenless Zone Zero is probably my favorite right now. And then after that, it's probably Nikkei. And then it's the rest of these. But, I don't think it's really, I think the discussion between these games seems to be happening and people are pissed. Like, this guy had a crash out. But, I hope you guys see how I feel as a Genshin Impact, as a rank 1 VTuber in Genshin Impact, as the Genshin Impact content machine. You know what I'm saying? No one else does it like me in the Genshin space. I am the greatest Genshin Impact content creator. Sorry. Anyways, that's all I really want to talk about today. Chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.